If you ask their finest artists over here, they've come over here, slept in the studios of our top-rated producers, watch them do what they do. I mean, Flavour. I remember Flavour. That time I was managing Flo Kingston. Flavour would come over, chase Flo Kingston in the studios. Mr. Eazi would sleep in the studio 24/7, back at Bantama. And today he's a billionaire. He really unwrapped his ego.
So you mean Flavour was in Kumasi?
Kumasi, yes. Flavour was in Kumasi. Yes, Flo Kingston, yes.
Really?
Flavour was in Kumasi. We virtually taught them Afrobeat.
Hey, this matter.
Yeah. No.
Bro, guys, let's get into this conversation.
Bro.
I did a podcast of a Sierra Leonean man, doctor, all right, professor, doctor, all right, saying that Afrobeat was taught by a Sierra Leonean gentleman artist, Gerald Pine, to Fela. So automatically he's been like anybody who associates with Fela automatically taught him something.
Yes, but you know,
is that the case?
I think Fela was a traveler on purpose.
Beautiful day right here on TJ Studios. I am your commander-in-chief, the chief kingpin of this editorial, of most of the exclusives on this channel. Well, today's edition is really special, and I promised you I'm going to be bringing to your fold, or to our fold, you know, some industry players, Leonard. You know me, I'm more of a Niger guy. My love for the Niger music industry knows no boundaries. You get it? So I am here with, you know, somebody who is veered and much adored within the Ghanaian music space, and someone I look from afar as a Facebook friend, and, you know, as a special guest today on TJ Studios. Well, I know him to be, you know, an extraordinary MC, a landlord when it comes to MCing most of the bigger events in Ghana or in the Ghanaian music industry. He's on the hot seat, but if the seat is going to be hot, I know he's been on a lot of hotter seats, all right, but if the seat is going to be hot, it will depend on how this interview is going to pan out. I'm here with someone known as MC Portfolio. Big boss, welcome.
Nice studios, my brother.
Thank you, sir.
Amazing setup.
Thank you, sir.
I'm loving it in here already.
Thank you, sir. Tell us a bit about yourself. I've given them, you know, a brief intro about you. What would you also say?
Well, like you earlier introduced, MC Portfolio is a household name in event MC. I basically started off as a public speaker, so I've been doing this from. I've been overly exposed from, I mean, God knows how long. I mean, a potential politician turned event host, because yes, I mean, all my life I've taken a political position. From schools, I've been boys prefect, transitioning to SLC president, to university, becoming the president of biggest college in Kaniki University. I mean, proceeding to national. So I was just a potential politician, but I found out that it was rather politics that has stolen the passion. And I am just someone who's passionate about the arts, and so I had to convert the same energy into the arts. And so yes, so the public speaking ability just found its way to convert the passion to a profession. That's how I adapted this career. And so yes, and also a household name in media landscape in Ashanti region. Yes, so basically top of mind. Either an event MC or an entertainment journalist. Okay.
So welcome to TJ Studios once again, guys. I'm not gonna hide my love for Niger. Okay, you know, and I know he basically will be much fixated in the Ghanaian music industry. But our topic today, we are looking at the Play Ghana initiative. We have 3 topics in one, so trust me, it's gonna be a nice conversation. The Play Ghana initiative, the Ghana Nigerian industry. We are not gonna compare. We are gonna talk about both industries, and we look at, you know, one promoter, Alodi, saying it will take Ghana 2 years, all right, to fill the O2 Arena, and Black Sheriff is not going to be the one to do so. It's going to be King Promise. So first and foremost, let's start with, you know, we'll come back into the whole permutation, but let's start with the Ghana music industry. Comparatively, we have Sarkodie doing a brag song. It's basically like Ghana cannot do anything without jabbing Nigerians. I don't know if you've observed that.
Tables have just turned, my brother, early on, if I recall, in the early 2000s, thereabout, Ghana was the go-to market for every musician in Africa. Or even their Nigerian superstars will tell you that there was a there was a space, there was a duration in the vibrancy of African music where you need to come to Ghana to really activate your song, and they took advantage of that. You've seen a couple of their breakthrough acts who are legends now sample Ghanaian music and using them for their advantage. I mean, we've had Flavour sample some of our finest music. We've had VIP. We have had a lot of their stars sample a lot of our music. And so yes, you know, definitely they have the numerical advantage, numbers. They are geographically and numerically positioned in a way that gives them advantage. They are more resourced. They have numerical advantage. They also understand the streaming culture very well. And so all the factors now are playing in their favor. In fact, the amount of energy it will take you to push music from this part of the world, which is Ghana, you would need less of that effort to push in Nigeria, because automatically the same music is being consumed by almost 150 million people as against 32 people. So you see, it's quite easier to cross over from Nigeria to other countries, because Nigerians are positioned almost everywhere across the continent. So it's easy to sell your music through that content. However, the biggest flex is the fact that why are we Ghanaians always the headache? We have given them the most competition: football, food, music. The comparison is just a 32 million population as against 150. But why are we always? It shows that Ghana, even with this very I think non-substantial population figures, are still giving Nigerians headache, both for beats. Yes, we are disadvantaged in many ways, but I feel say comparatively Nigerians have been able to consciously sell an agenda, and that is working out for them, which I know obviously will come there. But I feel that yes, a lot of things play in their advantage. That is how come Nigerians are dominating the music scene in Africa.
Interesting to note that my people will go verse. I don't say they will go verse where you said in the past, you know, we use the word dominate. Ghana dominated Nigeria.
Yes.
Is it safe to say we dominated, or we had hit songs with Tic Tacs, Fefe Nefe, with VIPs and Kawum? Nigerians do not like Ghanaians using the term dominate. Ghanaians dominated Nigeria in the past. Is it we had hit songs and we were not even able to major on it to have shows there like Patapas One Corner did in the past? So the word domination, we use it on Nigerians a lot. Is it safe to say that was the case?
But yeah, I mean, come on. You see, like I said, you needed to really come to Ghana to activate your song. So the domination in question might not directly be crossover music, but the fact that Ghana was acknowledged as a go-to market for Nigerian activation. And that is the domination. They came here to do all the collaborations. I mean, you ask Two-Face in Libya, you could ask, like their legend, they would tell you that Ghana was an inspiration. We had a very, yes, they had crossover music, but they could realize that we had the talent over here, our sound, we had a unique talent. That was the early days or the mid days of hip life, and they wanted to understand what this evolution was about. I get it. So they are very smart in doing that, coming into your zone and understanding you unknowingly, and try to dilute what they have understood from you and then own it. They are very good at that. Even in our secondary schools, even our universities, when we were roommates with them, you could see their approach to life was different. They are always on the go. The Nigerian doesn't mind. The typical Nigerian doesn't mind sleeping in a dilapidated structure whilst he owns a car. I get it, just because they have priorities. I know. So they have always been those guys that are always willing to strike at every given opportunity. So it's no news that we that one time had the glory, and now are now trying to invade their territory to gain acceptance on the African market. Unfortunately, that is the case because I think they outsmarted us in a way. Yes, basically. So dominate, I could say yes within the time frame that I was discussing, because Miss Bell was one of the most sought after in Nigeria. Yeah, so you see, I can't remember in a space at a point in time we were raising some form of protest against their dominance when they become headline artists over here. they are being paid well and feature on our own shows and all that. The reverse was also the case some time ago. I mean, the VIP dems could go there, headline shows when their resident acts were supporting artists and all that. So like I'm saying, they've known how to outsmart us. They've come invade our territory, learn and find a way to own it. That's how come in. But yes, I still stand by it that at a point in time, Ghana was the go-to market for activation of music.
People, I'm not being biased here. I'm staying in the middle. Like I said, he's here. We want to, like you guys say, we need to have, both sides. All right. I have been biased, always spearheading the agenda for Nigerians as a Ghanaian. But today, let's listen to the other side.
Yes, I mean, you see, Nigerian working ethics are admirable. Let me also, I think there's a lot more people need to learn. And that is why I've never supported the idea of competing. I'm for collaboration because Charlie, you have to follow who knows whether we like it or yes. I mean, they own the music space in Africa now. Now we have all the major digital platforms touching down Africa, and Nigeria is where everyone wants to establish their headquarters. I get in it, and I don't know who plants the mentality in them. I don't know whether from their labels or something. But you see, when you are working with our people, our Ghanaian artists, one of the things I've realized that they don't treat what they have as business. They don't treat the talent as business. They feel they are just endowed 1 or 2 hits. I mean, 2 or 3 girls, 2 cars, and the land, and I think they are okay. The Nigerian artist doesn't mind telling his record label that, look, what you've reaped from my work the entire year, I want you to plow back in my career, shoot the most expensive videos, make sure you are getting me, platform that really amplifies my project. So, like a typical Nigerian artist breaks through for the first year, gets, let me say, $500,000, and they don't mind telling the label to plow back into their career because they are hopeful and know. But here, it's quite uncertain for the artist. The artist like, hey, what if say I'm fair? I get in there. So Charlie, please get me a car, get me, and so you see that they are not able to compete because they are mainstream, but you can't have a certain discussion and competitive discussion around them because their visuals are not anything to go by. Their production, your people don't mind paying colossal sum of money for just beats.
You find one saying the video had to invest $3 million in one of his albums.
And I know obviously the Ghanaian community will say that maybe TSS the amount of money that video will throw in for features, the amount of money that we do to make sure that their visuals are that appealing. I think that we need that kind of approach to business. I get in it, but because it's quite uncertain, we don't have an industry, whether we like it or yes. Nigeria have been able to consciously use creative arts to change the image of Nigeria. Back then, 5 years ago, mention Nigeria across the continent, 419 scam. I don't think I'm lying. Fast forward, they have consciously been able to change the narrative of Nigeria. Now you mention Nigeria, people are saying Afrobeat. You mention Nigeria, they've been used to use movies. And like, this is Nigeria from 5 years ago. These people were just noted for scam and 419 and anything related to fraud. But all of a sudden, it's because consciously the people decided to sell an agenda. The industry players decided to sell an agenda. Look, we have to own a sound so that even if everyone does it better than us, we have written the story in advance. So you come under our shadows. Afrobeat. We virtually taught them Afrobeat.
Hey, this matter.
No.
Guys, let's get into this conversation.
Bro.
I did a podcast of a Sierra Leonean man, doctor, all right, professor, doctor, all right, saying that Afrobeat was taught by a Sierra Leonean gentleman artist, Gerald Pine, to Fela. So automatically it's been like anybody who associates with Fela automatically taught him something.
Yes, but
is that the case?
I think Fela was a traveler on purpose. I think he knew what he wanted. At a point in time, he needed to explore the sounds from Africa and know how he can be unique and set himself apart from the others, because he had a conscious journey to Ghana. associated with one of our finest in the industry by then, Uncle Ebo Taylor. I mean, I quite remember the story of Afrobeat where Uncle Ebo Taylor was in the club and he was playing some strings and all that. And Fela was like, Charlie, what kind of is that? Oh, I mean, there is a high life song, but it's African. Yes, it's Afro. So Afro, and then he got this nigga. Okay, so there is an African sound. He also invaded other territories and all that, but it's on record that Uncle Ebo Taylor was the one who really
has it been documented.
Yes, it's an open.
Can you Google and find it?
Certainly, you can Google. I'm quite sure there are people who have chronicled how it happened.
Because Nigerians are not happy because they feel, you know, Ghanaians are like jack of all trade and masters of none, but we don't even have an original callcard to our own.
Yeah, no, but the typical Nigerian is parasitic, and that is smart. You know, he would use every means to get what they want. If you ask their finest artists over here, they've come over here, slept in the studios of our top-rated producers, watch them do what they do. I mean, Flavour. I remember Flavour. That time I was managing Flo Kingston. Flavour would come over, chase Flo Kingston in the studios. Mr. Eazi would sleep in the studio 24/7 back at Bantama. And today he's a billionaire. He really unwrapped his ego.
So you mean Flavour was in Kumasi?
Kumasi, yes. Flavour was in Kumasi. Yes, Flo Kingston, yes.
Really?
Flavour was in Kumasi. Mr. Eazi touching down here. I mean, there are a couple of them I can mention just because they knew they wanted something. They consciously made sure they wanted. Flavour in Accra. Flavour, I remember Accra, he was in, I think, Hasha Studios or OM Studios. I mean, there are a couple of them who used to come here. Like I'm saying that we didn't know the value of what we had until they had to. So it's like the case of Ghanaian producing most cocoa from our side, and then Milo is that expensive because I mean we are not able to add value and so that is the whole thing. So until we realize that it's the same high life that they have diluted and rebranded and renamed it and are selling to us, we got to know that Charlie, it was that was too late. So like yes, whether we like it or yes, they have outsmarted it in the political game in the industry. Now they are owning the music space. Now what do we need to do? We need to collaborate as a people because they have the numbers. It's easy to be a billionaire with this one single hit in Nigeria as compared to Ghana. Some of the achievements the new cats in Nigeria achieve within a short space of 2 years. It takes our legend 10 years to achieve them. The stages they mount, the wealth they acquire. You can do that in Asake currently can battle it out with our A-list artists in terms of exposure, wealth, influence, just in the space of two years. Are you getting it?
Has it got to do with numbers?
Numbers game, of course. I mean, this game is
because you look at the Jamaican industry, reggae, dancehall, and they don't have numbers. They are not as big as Nigerians.
Yes, I mean, numbers. Yes, of course. Like I'm saying, they're a small community, but they're enjoying the advantage of authenticity.
Okay, I feel Nigerians are enjoying from hard work, knowing the music business and marketing. They know how to push. Yes. And I feel even if we exchange Ghana and Nigeria, they will still thrive.
Mentality, one. The country itself positions you to be super smart.
Okay.
You know, the country itself has a very, very tough economic positioning. And they're faced with a whole lot. The Boko Haram, terrorist attack, you know, I mean, this ISIS stuff and all that. So the country itself positions you to be tough naturally. So at least at the least opportunity, everyone wants to outsmart the other. So they come to a market where we are too relaxed, like in Ghana. We don't have any problem of terrorist attack. Even the economic hardship we are crying about, you compare to other places, you see we are far off. So we are quite relaxed. So they come and say, okay, so this is an ideal place to use this, have the same effort to invade the territory. And I feel they've been able to, with the help, I think their government has also realized that, I mean, their creative sector is something they can really capitalize on inside the image of Nigeria. So if you go, they've been able to consciously make laws to protect the creative industry. Now, you can't hire a foreigner to advertise products in Nigeria. And then you have to also vet the language you are using in advertising the products. It protects them. It means that if you advertise any local product, you have to make sure you are using our local stars. And there's that instrument protecting them from the government. And that is one of the things that really make the creative space lucrative. Over here, we've disallowed celebrities from endorsing alcohol. We've disallowed celebrities from endorsing betting. Taxes are weighing you down.
Are we too religious?
Africa is too religious. It's not about us. It's not about being religious.
So why would we disallow artists from doing such endorsements?
Yes, that is what I'm saying. That we
don't understand the business of.
Yes, are you getting it? At the end of the day, it's business, and I mean, you have a niche. If you are not part of that niche, why go for it? I don't think. Yes, in as much as you think celebrities can influence anyone. Anyone is a potential. You ask 70% of drug addicts how they got into it. It's not as if there's a star they were looking up to that got into it. Their immediate surrounding, their friends. So there is no statistics to prove that these celebrities have the most touch on how people think. You are above 18, I'm above 18. And so it will take a lot for a celebrity to influence them. But it will take, less effort for a friend to make something look cool for us. So you can only regulate it in a way, that's fine, but to totally disallow them, then you also have to provide a support system that protects them. I get it. They are doing events, you are doing events, and they are not even to recoup from their event because taxes are weighing them down. I get it. The government has no insurance policy for artists or for the creatives. However, if you are able to on your own do something, that system, the data is too expensive. I get it. Data is too expensive that you are even unable to stream your favorite artist songs. I get it. We don't have the numbers. It would have been different if data was expensive and we still have the numerical advantage. No, our numbers are not anything to write home about, and data is expensive. And now it's a digital world. We have transitioned. How is the artist supposed to generate revenue from the digital stores and plow back to give us to compete? No. And so the government is not looking at this and even going to the extent of overburdening our people with all these kind of things and all these kind of things. So, and even disallowing them from certain endorsement deals, betting, alcohol, and those kind of things. I get it. And so it's a whole lot of problems. Sometimes even you are an artist from this side of national assignment, even simple visa acquisition. That should be facilitated for the government for you to represent national assignment is a problem. So I think we have a problem as an industry.
So what you are saying is, sorry to cut you, it boils down to Enoch Darko, you know, that actor, Ghanaian actor is in Nigeria, saying that they may have their differences, but will still come together to work. Is the industry, you know, facing a disease of non-togetherness? Do we protect our space?
No, we
are you comfortable going to every space?
I love what you said. Protecting your space is different from being united. We can't force unity. It's not even possible. Nigerians are not that as united as you see. They have their differences. What we need is
but on the business side, are we willing to put it aside, come together to make money?
It's conscious agenda. At the end of the day, the bigger picture is if Nigeria wins, it trickles down to all those who are even fighting themselves. So even if I have different with you as an artist, when it's time for us, when it's Nigeria against any other country, F it. Niger. Even if I have to collaborate with my enemy to prove a point to the outside world that Niger over everything, we will do that and go back to become enemies. Here, the Fanbase system is crippling us. In that, if you know that ideally maybe it's a Stoneboy season to make Ghana proud, and that we should push agenda aside, SAC native, SM fans, come together. Let's support this artist because it's Ghana against the world. No. Then SM fans would try and rubbish the work of Stoneboy because they are not part of his fan arm. If it's a win for Shatta, remember, Shatta had a beautiful collaboration with Beyonce. So, the Fanbase system, Shatta had a beautiful collaboration with Beyonce. It could have been a big statement for Ghana if we had the support of the other fanatics, SAC native.
But they will see it as
Beyonce didn't choose the right person for this collab.
Should have chosen
Stoneboy. I get in it. Even I'm not sure he met Beyonce in person. There is a photo.
Because I have this friend who started a brand. He had money. All he needed to do was to build relationship. He sat back, looked at the industry and was like, I want to go everywhere. He had this Niger mentality because he's not half Nigerian, half Ghanaian. I want to penetrate every sphere of Ghana so he stayed back and said everywhere. So you go to this place, you know that they are hating this one. You go here, you know that they are hating this one. Now what he did was, let me stay back. and then have a very nice show. Once you look at the numbers, you come. He still didn't get them because he should belong to a group of people.
So compulsory affiliation, else you won't thrive.
Exactly.
That is sickening. You get sabotaged if you support someone in the name of Ghana and they are enemies.
Other groups do not like.
I get it. Sarkodie Wins had amazing collaboration with Bob Marley's posthumously Bob Marley project, and you have SM fans. Some people saying, "Oh, what feature Samai?" I mean, but it was a bigger deal.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, the same way Sarkodie fans will come as Shatawale, no matter. So the fan base system, we are unable to collaborate and make sure, like, yo, look, we have differences as people, but if it's Ghana against any other, please, let's not really make these people, I mean, win. Right. So basically, that is one of our major headaches. The fan base system, we are not able to manage it. We weaponize the fans against one another, and that is also one another headache. So there's a lot of things we need to correct if we want to match. The Nigerian.
Okay, guys. So if you are just here on this, Niger convo, right here in TJ Studios, I'm here with an astute Ghanaian industry player. Someone I follow on Facebook. We know certain things, you will not like it, but I'm here. I'm trying to stay in the middle and then face it from both ends. So we are done with topic one. Let's move to the second one, the Play Ghana agenda. Automatically, we all know this Play Ghana agenda was geared towards Nigerians, right? Because they feel Nigerians are dominating our space. So let's have an agenda that will make our music thrive. Okay, now Nigerians were not happy with it, all right? And they had to pull a plug on Black Sherif because they felt they've been supporting Kim Promise, they've been supporting Black Sherif, and they know this Play Ghana initiative is geared towards them. Now, again, we instituted, an initiative where Nigerians had to pay $10,000 to shoot in Ghana because we felt they were dominating. Still, our movie industry is down. BS are thriving. So, the Play Ghana initiative, who was it geared towards? Is it for our own sake, or we knew we had an agenda towards it?
So I think the Play Ghana agenda, led by, let me acknowledge Small God and other DJs, DJ Slim and other DJs who came together. I mean Samini and the others. See, the agenda was born out of the year of return and how our music impacted the diasporans who came here and the foreigners who came here. Look, they've had Afrobeat. Afrobeat is worldwide. They've had hip hop over and over again. They've had many genres of music. But then they come over here and there is an opportunity to sell our sound to them. What are they listening to differently? Because of course they know about all the songs over there. We are not lucky enough to have a crossover song. So when they come here, I feel there is opportunity, especially the year of return and the December festivity. There's a time you have to sell some Ghanaian cooked music to them. So we got to realize that look, throughout the year of return festivities, these people came and they were dancing to the same old sound they've been dancing to, the Burna Boys, and we are like, look, whether we like it or not, these people are dominating, but why don't we give them something new? So that I went to Ghana and I heard about this song, this sound. So it was to re-engineer the marketing strategy of the Ghana sound. Yes, so it is not a superiority battle of which you have the most airplay or not. The Play Ghana agenda is not 100% agenda, because in fact, if we should go on that tangent and Nigerians decide to treat that the same way we want to treat them, we are doomed. Because remember, they have the markets now. Black Sherif's weight in the industry right now, a certain percentage can be attributed to how Nigerians have accepted it.
I would say a larger percentage.
Well, that's fine, but
because then his sermon song was all over the place, but Burna Boy added his influence by featuring Sherif without him paying, introducing Sherif to most of his events and to the Nigerian market.
Yeah, we can't take away that from the fact
that they introduced him to us.
We can't take away the touch of Nigerians on Black Coast career. Like I'm saying, I mean, look, the most streamed, now Camido just broke a record of the most streamed Ghanaian song of all time on YouTube, ahead of Sarkodie's Adonai, which has been has been non-competitive for like God knows how many years. Camido was Camido, but until he got a touch of Nigeria on that remix, I mean, so come on, imagine we had decided to, I mean, come on, tighten our circles in such a way that no other person is coming. So I mean, Camido now owed this record to the fact that he had the Nigerian market to his side. So we are not saying that we should ban Nigerian music. It's not even about Nigerian music. It's about the dominance and the fact that we do it to our own disadvantage. It's not even about Nigerians. South Africans are also giving us headache. Their sound deviation is crazy. You go to the Ghanaian club and you don't hear authentic Ghanaian music anymore. Everyone is rolling their eyes and doing this and all that. I get it. So I mean, if they enjoy it over there, they come back here because they've heard about Ghana, they've heard about our food, they've heard about our culture, our people. And so we should consciously plant our music into them. So yes, it's not to say that we are blacklisting any group of people, but we are saying that, look, let's take every opportunity to also put ourselves out there. If these people come, they have just 1 month to stay. Let them go and become ambassadors of Ghana music and new sound they experience aside what they've been hearing over. So basically, I think that was what engineered the whole agenda of Play Ghana.
So basically, now we know that Play Ghana, or the Play Ghana initiative, was instituted to, help our music reach out to the diasporians and then okay. So now let's come back to this particular one about. It's funny what I'm about to say about the Ghana Niger thing. Why would we know Sarkodie was referencing? Was there any other artist Sarkodie could have used to reference? And for the market game, do you think Sarkodie used Wizkid, Burna Boy, Davido to sell the black song?
Of course, it's Sarkodie. You see, Sarkodie is not just a talented musician. He has a very wide business acumen, and that is business. I mean, that is the Jay-Z kind of skills. He knows the timing. The timing itself is a business decision. The names mentioned in there is a business decision. It is not about his rap prowess. Sarkodie doesn't need at this point in time to make any statement to show that he is the god of African rap. He has done it, and in fact, one of the brags that Nigerians don't have, that they wish they had to completely rub it in our faces, is a hip hop culture. They have a very, very abysmal hip hop culture.
They feel hip hop is no more like before.
I get it, and they have always not had it. You could have one hip hop style, a few of them dominating for quite some time. You even compare their weight and you see that, look, if these are people who were in Nigeria, perhaps they would have been worshipped. And so the only brag we have over them is a very, very vibrant hip hop culture. You can list plenty of hip hop, heads and artists over here doing amazing. And there we can just mention a few. Even for whole Nigeria, currently the face of their rap is Black Bones and Odumodu. Then you can see that, Charlie, these people.
They are saying they have MI, they have Olamide.
But
and then Ghanaians rap in their own language.
No, MI has been struggling with consistency.
Really?
MI has been struggling. Olamide now took a more business seat than artist seat now. And so, but for Sarkodie to have done it over the time and won the enviable plaques that Afrobeat artists are eyeing, you see, for a rapper who is always in the conversation with singers and Afrobeat artists, that's a big deal. So at that point in time, he took advantage of the Wizkid Davido beef. At that point in time, they were baking hot. They were going at each other. At that point in time, J. Cole and Kendrick were going at each other. So it was a very smart business decision. Also, to stamp his authority. And yes, did he lie? No. He was there when Wizkid was doing it.
We are just about ending our conversation. We'll end very soon. But let's come to the last topic. Alodia Promotions. One Ghanaian promoter in UK narrating that it would take Ghana 2 years to fill the O2 Arena, which I doubt anyways. And then Black Sherif is not the one to do it, but can promise. What do you make of this?
I've never liked the idea of making the O2 Arena a benchmark to measure an artist's influence beyond his territory. Remember, the O2 Arena in question are business entities. They are also politically planting themselves and positioning themselves well in the African market space as a go-to venue to measure artist influence. That is also politics for them. The O2 Arena doesn't necessarily cement an artist's influence or brand. There are other equally spacious and classy and up to state-of-the-art auditoriums with even capacities more than the O2 Arena. It's just that the O2 Arena has been able to take advantage of PR mechanism to sell themselves. There are artists who might have filled venues that are much more capacitated than the O2 Arena, but they have poor PR. The O2 Arena have positioned themselves with places where the conversation goes on, the newspapers, the complex UKs, the billboards, and so if you host a show there, you can even do half of the venue, but the PR comes nice and positioned well. And the place where you pack the whole place and the PR is poorly done. So they are enjoying just political PR. However, look, everything is marketing and promotion. If we promise, yes, in this season, he has the potential of generating some excitement around an O2 Arena show. But as a solo artist headlining, I would have my doubts. That is not to say it's not possible. It's possible depending on the art-on artist. So if, like he promised now, top of mind, if he promises headlining a show, you should expect to see it automatically through the past. And that top of mind thing gets people outside. You should know R2B is pulling for him. You should know Sarkodie is pulling for him. He has connected himself really well with the Nigerian market, and so he has that advantage. However, Blacko with the needed promotion. It's about promotion. Stonebwoy has challenged himself that give him 2 years. And in that 2 years, give him proper promo strategy. He can do.
We know you for being an advocate for Stonebwoy being the artist of the year.
Oh, certainly, yes, of course. So I feel that it's about marketing. Everyone at all has the potential to fill O2 Arena. Everyone at all has.
Are we doing it because Nigerians have done it? Because we were not about O2. Nigerians did it, and now they come. Oh, we will fill it. And they sit down, they laugh because they feel that there are other places we can do. Why are we so fixated on their journey?
Yes. So it shows you that like we are gradually becoming a follow back to Nigerian. It's not bad because whether we like it or yes, the truth stands that now you guys are leading the music conversation in the African market and all that. However, I feel that we have other venues that equally has virtually the same facility strength as O2 Arena. O2 Arena has been just able to consciously position themselves into the influential conversation when you fill that place. I feel that with the right market strategy, now we have event houses who connect, who can really. So, like our people, we need to. You see, Nigerian businessmen have one thing. It's not always about the money, it's about making the state. The Nigerian entrepreneur are that support in such a way that they don't mind, as a case coming, it's about Niger because they are business people. The Niger fraternity need to be positioned well in the diaspora. Anywhere the Niger person enters for business conversation and they know that, you are a Nigerian, okay. It trickles down to be his advantage. And so they are able, one person can buy like 100 tickets. Distribute it to all Nigerians. Make sure you go there, fill the place. I get it. They are that supported on that level. Right. So yes, it is possible, but I don't believe that we should center auditorium conversation around O2. It makes us live under the shadows of Nigerians.
Okay.
There are other places. So yes, but then to look down on the influence of Blacko, I think a lot there I would disagree. Because I feel that everything is about promotion and strategic planning. Sometimes you can have the best of artists, but if your timing is wrong, there are times people, no matter how influential you are, people will not come out of their homes to come and watch you. You could be a Jay-Z if the timing and strategy is not right. So it's everyone at all has a potential to fill O2, depending on the strategy. If I put Patapaa as the highline artist and I have an investor who is able to get Davido, Wizkid, Sarkodie, Blacko, and he promise as a supporting artist. You think Patapaa cannot make a statement at the O2? So it's about proper promotion strategy and resource investment, and the fact that people can do auditoriums that outnumbers the O2. O2 is just a political PR, business PR, and so we should just stop the conversation around it. Maybe you can just say a 20,000 capacity. That's fine, but who made O2 the yardstick to measure how influential that is. They are just also enjoying a business politics.
Okay.
Yeah, basically.
Okay, guys, we are just about signing out. I guess super special here. The rest will be on you. Do you agree with him with what he's expounding on today on the channel? Well, we are just about going now. The Ghanaian music industry, how buoyant it has become. Would we advise ourselves to toe our own line, be in our own shadow, toe our own path, and leave Nigerians alone? Because we recently had medical, first and foremost saying he had money than every Nigerian artist except Davido. We all know that was just something to trend for the O2 Indigo to get the attention of Nigerians. And now recently they've blocked each other. Davido did so and he's followed suit.
Charlie, like I said, we are also reciprocating the parasitic move they did some years ago.
Really?
They are the go-to people now. So every invasion tactics, they should be the target. I get it. But I feel that in as much as we are doing that, we should also lose sight of the fact that there are other untapped markets in Africa. How about Tanzania? How about Kenya? How about the Francophone countries? These are places we can equally target and activate. Because if we for Nigerians, I preach collaboration more than competition. But there are other places that we can also strategically engineer our energies over there and dominate over there. In that space, we become much more enviable than Nigeria. We become equally a force to reckon with. Because we have also left the Francophone side of the West African invasion. And then our music is always, if somebody feels achieved when their music is able to penetrate the Nigerian market, he goes to Francophone and he knows that he's not a big deal over there. And they know that, no, Charlie, there's a lot more we have to do. Make sure our music penetrates. Like recently, Sarkodie went over to Cote d'Ivoire to perform. I was not really impressed about the reception. It means that, look, let's leave competing Nigerians alone. If we take to collaborate with them to invade, we should do. I mean, you can't always win the battle your way, but I feel that you can do a tapping like they did. So I feel that I would recommend more collaboration than competition, and because at a point in time they admitted that you were the go-to market for them. So yes, you can't omit or rule out the Nigerian penetration plan from your marketing strategy. However, we feel that there are other bigger markets that we are losing sight of, and that is the other communities, the Kenyans, the Francophone side, and other places that we also should make sure that we are able to sell our music out there so that we can dominate from that space also.
Okay, so finally, Stonebwoy for Artist of the Year. I am also rooting for King Promise. I look at King Promise's work, recently in Asia, right, to add up to the Terminator, trend over there, which was massive over there. Comparatively, we can compare now because they are both, in the competition. Who is to win? Who is going to win? Let me put it in that regard. Artist of the Year, because I see King Promise way ahead of Stonebwoy.
I understand you. You are also speaking like the others who are judging based on recency. You see, you are making your point, and you said recently he was doing that, he was doing that, he was doing that. Yes, that is why if I should sit here and it was 2025, I would campaign for King Promise to win Artist of the Year. But mind you, the calendar we are using for this year is 2023.
Interesting.
And so King Promise is still doing amazing stuff and in the faces of the people. So they are forgetting that we are using 1st January to 31st December 2020.
So how long has Terminator been in existence?
Well, I mean, Terminator was activated last year VGMA. It has, yes, it's fall under the calendar year and the review. However,
can we call Narcisse Aseda as also part of?
Yes, it's also part. Yes,
they did massive.
Yes, they did massive, but usually it's beyond a song. We are not talking about most popular song. I've always vowed that King Promise should win the most.
We are looking at Artist of the Year that year, 2023, 2024.
You should be a complete artist. Beyond the hit single, what other parameters or metrics measure your weight and artistry and your influence and your exploits? All these factors come into play. And so if we were discussing most popular song in 2023, of course, King Promise, undoubtedly. But look, we are talking about an artist who has really cracked across all cross-section of music listeners, impacted every cross-section of music listeners. You could know that, yes, in as much as Terminator is always in the conversation, Stonebwoy could have more than 2 or 3 projects being in the same conversation. I mean, for people who are music enthusiasts and are everywhere, like myself, my work takes me to the club, to the concert, even to the churches to word it. You could know that yes, in as much Terminator is always in there across all the cross section of events. And every event, you could have 3 Stonebwoy songs being played at every event. However, Terminator would compulsorily be everywhere. It makes the statement that it's the most popular song of the year. As an artist, Stonebwoy has outdone himself, had major releases. Take if you go to the club, that was the biggest piano song. Got everyone dancing, into the future. I know the ladies, maybe any lady you know, tell them about the favorite song on their playlist. Into the Future is in there. Had amazing Grammy collaborated project like Manu G. He had Therapy. He had a whole Fifth Dimension album. I get in it. If you every stage or every exploit King Promise has done, local and international. Stonebwoy call it the same. 2023 back to back. Ghana, to other African countries, touring Europe, Asia, across the continent. It was everywhere, did everywhere. You need to be influential to generate that appeal. As an artist, he has been able to put together the biggest show in Ghana, filling the Accra Sports Stadium. That is a big deal in 2023. Because it didn't happen in 2024, you are forgetting that we are using 2023 calendar. So I'm just reminding people that King Promise, if we were talking about 2025, is the ideal winner. But here, who are we awarding this year? It's a calendar for 2023. And in 2023, Stonebwoy really was way wider apart in terms of singing and exploits. Even in the scheme, his collaboration put other artists in the nomination. You see Kiddy, Familia, they all got nomination for best collaboration, most popular song, because they did an amazing project with Stonebwoy. Stonebwoy had a charity foundation that went around the nation, drilling boreholes and building, classroom blocks, providing, school staff and all that, community project. As an artist, he has extended his reach beyond music to our society, and that makes him a complete artist. He generated most talkability throughout the year, and so even if that year there's even anyone who should compare to Stonebwoy, should be Sarkodie in 2023.
Really?
But if we were discussing 2024, of course, can always come into the conversation. Please, let's not forget the fact that we are using the calendar year and the review, and that is 2023 to award who wins this year. And that year, no one comes close to Stonebwoy.
We've been seeing him advocating for Stonebwoy, and Stonebwoy has, tweeted, something about him being, if we have him, Stonebwoy, that is from Stonebwoy, him as a Ghanaian for all, then it will be, something.
I think he was, because people, even industry
people were coming at you.
I think he retweeted it because even industry people were supposed to know better. That the fact that King Promise are doing Western stuff, adventure stuff, doesn't even matter to the award scheme. It matters for the next year. And people who know better, and people like me in the industry, massage the truth, and were making some arguments that were very pathetic. And so he felt like, so as long as someone finally knows the truth.
And that was you.
And he can choose to say, because he looked through and found that no one was advancing argument.
And I see that as a big endorsement for your brand.
I appreciate it. It's no news to me. I've had bigger brands endorsing me on that, but I felt much more appreciated. Yes, and of course, I really appreciate that. And for the fact that I'm not doing this for him because I personally am affiliated to his company. No, but I feel that let's use the right metrics in judging the artist of the year for 2024 who worked in 2023. Deservedly, Stonebwoy need to get the crown.
That is his point. That is his opinion. We are just about signing out of here. We would want to have him. I would want to have him for a second session, not today. Artists have, appointed time where he's free, and I will do why Ghanaians are doing borrowed genres. Rap is a borrowed genre, dancehall borrowed genre, reggae borrowed genre. Where can we find our original coca? That will be part 2 for this conversation. But as we are signing out, final question: Afrobeat or rap?
I'm a rap person. I like literature a lot. I've always loved literature. I love the element of metaphor, love similes. So if you employ those stuff in your lyricism, I like it. So I'm a very hardcore rap head. I listen to rap a lot. I grew up on rap. So yes, I'm a sucker for rap. Yes, because I love literature.
Okay, so we are done and dusted right here on this channel, TJ Studios. I'll be coming your way with more and more exclusives. My guest, has been MC Portfolio. Okay, well, one industry player. Okay, my opinion and his opinion are varied and different ones, but he's entitled to his. I am entitled to mine. In as much as I disagree with him in certain instances, well, like I said, he's entitled to his opinion. I'll be coming your way with more and more. I'll be bringing you more guests on the hot seat on this exclusive of the editorial and the exclusive interviews on TJ Studios. Do well to join the family by subscribing to the channel. Share thoughts with us in the comment section, and let's do this together. My name has always been TJ. I salute.